To gain access to the White Label Dating design tool, please email partners@wildlabeldating.com and request login details for your account. Please include the name and email address that you use when registering to Dating Dashboard. When you have your login details for the tool and you're logged in, select Create a new site now. If you haven't already done so, you will need to create 2 DNS records, one CNAME and one A record to point your domain to the tool. Until this is done, you will not be able to preview your landing pages. To learn how to create the DNS records, visit our Getting Started with Dating Dashboard YouTube playlist at youtube.com/whitelabeldating.com or visit helpcenter.whitelabeldating.com. When this is done, continue to Basic Settings. Enter your chosen site name. For this example, we will be using the site and domain Meet Lovely Singles, which we have used in our previous demonstration videos. Enter the domain, including the www. Select the default country. This will be the landing page that sits at www.yourdomain.com, in our case, www.meetlovelysingles.com. If you're planning to drive traffic in more than one country and therefore need multiple landing pages, tick the appropriate countries. These will be created as subpages and appear as www.yourdomain.com/AU for Australia, www.yourdomain.com/US for the United States, and so on. Please note that each country will need its own members area. To find out how to create your members areas, visit our YouTube playlist, Getting Started with Dating Dashboard at youtube.com/whitelabeldating.com. You can then select the network type. This is whether your site is themed at mainstream dating and targeted at singles looking for love and friendships, or if it is themed as casual dating and targeted at singles who are looking for hookups and casual relationships. If the latter, you should select adult. Enter your Google Analytics UA ID if you have this. If you have not yet created a Google Analytics account, you can come back to this step later. Add the meta title. This is an important part of website optimization. This title is displayed on your browser tab and tells you what page you're on. It will also be read by search engine robots and seen by users searching the web. Next, enter some meta keywords. These will appear in the HTML code of your web page and help tell search engines what the topic of the page is. Next, enter the meta description. This is another HTML element and describes and summarises the contents of your page for the benefit of users and search engines. Next, you'll find your site's SEO settings. Our design tool is optimised for SEO. We will cover this element in another video. For now, we will skip this step. Next, you'll find the available templates. Each of the thumbnails shows the template's components. These stand for the registration form, background imagery, space for copy, members feed, and testimonials. If you select a template and wish to change your mind, you can easily edit this later. For this demonstration, I will use the Faith template. When done, click Create New Site Now. Please note, the green banner at the top will confirm when the site has been saved. You will notice the site now appears in your list. To update any of the settings, click Show Settings next to the site you wish to update. You'll notice an SSL certificate has been added to your site. White Label Dating cover the cost of this. SSL is essential for protecting your website. It provides privacy, critical security, and data integrity for users' personal information. If you make any changes when revisiting this page, remember to click Update Site at the bottom of the page before going back. The next step is to review the page settings of each page of your site. From the Welcome page, click Show Site Pages next to the site you're creating. In our case, this is meetlovelysingles.com. If you selected multiple countries when creating the site, these will also be listed here. In this example, I just selected UK as the default site, so I'm only seeing one. To view the settings, click Page Settings. By default, these will be populated. You will need to review each field and change this to the appropriate setting for your site. The splash page address is the URL members will see in their browser whilst on your landing page. I will leave this as it is. Double check the country and network type are both correct. The form sexuality will need to match your members area, which we will create in the next video. This setting ensures members are presented with a registration form that suits their preferences. To incorporate straight, gay and bisexual members, here you should select bisexual. Next step, unless you're specifically targeting one gender, select both. And for the age settings, unless your site is targeted at a specific age group, you can leave this as 18 to 120 as default. Click the Enable Links. This will generally be left as yes, unless you are using a specific traffic source. Enabling GeoIP by switching this to yes will mean the appropriate landing page will be displayed for each user based on the country they are in. For example, if you have multiple country versions of the same site, if a user in Australia visits your site, they will automatically be shown the Australian page without needing to click through to this manually via a menu from the default page. Next, you will see the white label dating plugin. You will not have a Wld Application ID, also known as the site ID, until you have published your members area, so we will leave this field for now. If you have already set up your CNAME pointing your domain to alias2.whitelabeldating.com, you should add this into the field labeled Wld Application URL. In our pointing your domain to your dating site video, we set this up as app, and therefore we will enter this here. If you have not already set up the CNAME to point your domain to the white label dating platform, please visit our YouTube playlist, Getting Started with Dating Dashboard, to learn how. We will come back to the white label dating plugin section later before the site can go live. The next section is the sitemap setting. Sitemaps make it easier for search engine crawlers to read the content of your site and index your pages. Your sitemap will tell search engines the location of a page from your website, when it was updated, the updating frequency, and the importance of your page. You can leave these settings as default. Continue to internal page linking. If you want to create a website that has multiple pages and allow users to access them from one page menu that will appear on all pages, click yes. This is also a good way to display your other sites on your landing page with the aim of cross-selling members. We will cover this in another video. For the purposes of this demonstration, I just want to create a one-page lander that I will send my traffic to, therefore I will leave this as no. Check the meta settings are correct. These will display the title, keywords and descriptions you added when creating the site in the design tool. These can be overridden at a page level if you wish. I will leave these the same. I will not add any custom metadata. Continue to social plugins. Here you should add any social media pages you have created for your dating site. If you haven't created these yet, you can add these later. If you have set up Google Analytics, please add your experiment code here. Google Analytics is a tool powered by Google that helps you monitor the ROI of your advertising campaigns and help you better understand how users are interacting with your site. You can add this later if preferred. Then select your page template. This will also have pulled through from the site settings. However, if you're running multiple pages and want to use a different template for each page, you can edit this here. When you're happy with all of the page settings, click Update Page. Then click back to your pages. The next step is to style the page by adding your images, colours and content. From the Tools Welcome page, select Show Site Pages next to the site you wish to edit. Firstly, we'll add the images. Click Images, which sits under the Page Settings button when you hover over it. For the template I'm using, I need to add 2 images, one logo, which states it needs to be 195 by 82 pixels and a file size of no larger than 500 kilobytes. This is crucial, as larger images can slow down the loading speed of your site, which means it will be penalised by Google and not shown as highly in search results. To learn more about Google's ranking factors, visit resources.whitelabeldating.com. Choose your logo and click Add. Once you've added the file, you'll see the file name appears in the box. Select Preview Page to check the image looks okay. When you're happy, move on to the other image or images depending on which template you're using. On this Faith template, I now need to add a background image. This must be sized 4000 by 2029 pixels and also be under 500 kilobytes. You can easily compress images using websites such as wecompress.com. Choose the background file and click Add, then Preview again. When you're happy, click back to Pages. Next, we'll edit the site's colours. Click into each box and edit the colour to suit your brand. You can simply select the colour by clicking in the box or add in the hex codes if you know them. When you've chosen your colours, select Update Colours. A green bar will appear at the top to let you know when they've been successfully updated. Preview the page. Check there are no colour clashes. When you're happy, click Back to Pages. Now we'll edit the landing page copy. This is the text that will appear above the reg form and across your page. Select Content next to Page Settings. Add in your written content. You can change the fonts, the sizes and the colours of your copy. When you're ready, select Update Page Content. Preview the page. And you can then go back to your pages. The last action to take is to view the member feed settings. Select Member Feed. The member feed is an image feed that displays members that meet the targeting criteria for your site. It can make the site feel more legitimate when users visit your landing page. If you're running a casual site targeted at straight males, we recommend only showing females here to ensure men are more likely to register. If not, you can leave these settings as they are. If you would prefer to only show certain age ranges in the feed, you can also refine this here. Make sure you save changes. Select Preview Page. If you notice that no members are appearing, this is because the application ID, also known as the site ID, hasn't yet been added to the page settings. We will add this in after we have created the members area. Now all of your site and page settings are created, it is time to create the members area and link this to your landing page. To learn how to create the members area, visit our Getting Started with Dating Dashboard YouTube playlist at youtube.com/whitelabeldating.com. Come back to this stage of the video when you have done so. Okay, so you now have a landing page ready to add the site ID to, and you also have a site ID that would have been generated when the members area was published. To find your site ID, also known in the design tool as the application ID, visit the published site in Dating Dashboard and view the search bar at the top. The URL will read app.datingdashboard.com/sites/a 5-digit number/settings. The 5-digit number is your site ID, also known as the application ID. Copy this number and navigate back to the design tool. From the welcome page, visit the site that you have created the members area for. Select Show Site Pages. Find the page that matches the country for the published site. In my case, I only created a UK landing page to link to a UK members area. However, if you have multiple pages for different countries, you will need to create a members area for each page. Each one will have a different site ID. Select Page Settings and scroll down to the White Label Dating Site Plugins section. Add the 5-digit number into the WLD Application ID field. The next step, if you haven't already done so when creating the page in the design tool, is to add in the WLD Application URL. This is the CNAME that you will have created and pointed to alias2.whitelabeldating.com. In our case, this is app. To remind yourself of your CNAME, visit your DNS records in your domain settings. This will need to match the CNAME you entered into the site settings when creating the members area in Dating Dashboard. Copy the CNAME and add this into the WLD application URL field in front of the domain URL, in our case, app.meetlovelysingles.com. Update the page to make sure you save the changes. You can now visit your dating site. You will now see that the member feed and registration form are appearing. We recommend completing a test registration before sending any traffic to your landing page. You can view the members area login page by clicking login via your landing page. When you're happy with the appearance of your finished dating site and you've completed a test registration, you're now ready to start driving traffic to your landing page. For tips and guidance on how to market your dating site, please visit resources.whitelabeldating.com.